We're going to call the meeting to order. Welcome to the August regular meeting with the Brunswick County Board of Education. We're going to ask everyone to stand. Ms. Cook is going to do the invocation, and Mr. Tubbs is going to lead us in the pledge.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for this time. We thank you for this day. We thank you for this county, this nation. We ask you to just guide us and direct us tonight as we make the decisions that are necessary for the school system and for this community. We thank you for all that you give us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Next item is Today in Class. Dr. Meadows.
Good evening, board members. I have just an update from a Today in Class video that you saw earlier this year. At Lincoln Elementary, we had the garden, the class that was outside, the outdoor class, that's the garden. And they are doing basically a documentary over the course of implementing that. Lincoln is, so we just have a video update for you to see about the class, so we want to share that with you first.
Today we're picking and harvesting our spring crop. So it's mostly kale and lettuce and some snow peas, carrots, radishes, some arugula. But we also have a variety of things going on right now in the garden for summertime. We have okra growing, fig trees, strawberries, an herb garden with rosemary and thyme and spearmint. And we also have tomatoes, peppers, Swiss chard, and some other things growing as well.
For starters, I learned that plants need space to grow more because if they don't have enough space, they're not going to grow. And if you need to plant stuff, you need good soil and like rain and stuff, and you plant in the right season.
We're having a harvest because when we planted it, like the beginning of the year, we had to plant and we had to water and we had to work very hard for them to get like they are now.
Reading in a book is one of my favorite things, but I never thought that we would actually come out here into a real garden and actually plant things. Because when you read a book, it doesn't feel like you're really there, but when you're out in nature, actually, you know that you're like right there watching someone plant and you're planting and pulling, and that's the next big thing to becoming a farmer.
The hope is that not only did they learn math in a hands-on way, hopefully it will stick better, but also kind of open them up to different types of foods and how different types of jobs that people have and things like that. Our school is a special place because a lot of places wouldn't allow a teacher to really go full bore into a project like this and kind of give them the ability to do it on their own and make it theirs. And I appreciate the support from my personal administration here and also at the county level. I mean, they really have gotten behind the project and allowed me to take the state standards and make it my own, and I think that's a big thing for teachers.
Would have a garden at my house so I can get more money.
We worked very hard at it, and we always thought that if we could do something that we never thought we could do, and we pushed ourselves to the limit, we would do it.
They're still continuing to learn and grow, and what a wonderful opportunity for those students at Lincoln to be involved in that particular class. So we'll continue to watch that and see how it progresses and see what happens for those students as they move forward into the next grade level and the next group that comes in. We're excited about that. So the other piece of information that I want to share with you is about Teacher Academy, which is next week, August 7th through the 11th. We're excited about it. We have over 500 teachers coming. The first 2 days is professional development that will be at West Brunswick, Shallotte, South Brunswick, at the Event Center, at BCC, at Supply. I think that's it in terms of the locations, if I can remember all of them. And then on Wednesday through Friday, it's at Leland and North. And on Wednesday through Friday, we'll be doing planning sessions in small groups where they're working in their grade-alike, subject-alike content areas. So the video that I want to show you right now is going to be the welcome video that every teacher will see when they arrive at Teacher Academy, no matter what session they're in for their PD on that first day.
Welcome back, teachers. This is the Teacher Academy 2017 Take 1. And this week we have so many fun things planned. I hope that at the end of the week that you walk away with having fun, that you walk away with resources,
new lesson plans,
and that you make friends. And so make sure that you take advantage of all of the fun things we have planned for the week. Teacher Academy is really about crafting special time for teachers because time is important in our lives. When we want students to be successful, we have to intentionally plan those moments in our classroom.
So we want to take advantage of this week in order to provide for teachers something that they definitely want, we want to see provided for teachers, and something that the community has communicated that teachers need. And so this week is about letting teachers have the time to work together with colleagues across the district, colleagues at their school, colleagues in different grade levels, designing units, creating lesson plans, and really establishing a culture of unique, collaborative collegiality in Brunswick County schools.
Every year, no matter how many lesson plans I have ready for my classes, my students change. So when they come into my classroom, even though I have lessons that I'm ready to take out and use, I'm gonna have to shape and mold those lessons for those very unique students that come into my classroom. So whether or not you've been teaching 20 years or maybe this is your first year on the scene, we have something here to meet your professional needs and to help you grow so that we can meet the needs of our diverse learners across the Brunswick County School District.
And here at Teacher Academy, we want to see teachers be able to be the leaders that they truly are. And our veteran teachers are invaluable in that they will be able to help our new beginning teachers, our teachers that are teaching subjects for the first time, work alongside these teachers and show them the ropes.
Our school board and our community has said we value our teachers. We value our teachers so much that we're willing to pay to bring them in and give them an extra week of planning. And so we thank our school board and our community members for one, creating this opportunity and really allowing us to do what we do and have the time to do what it is that we do. Thank you for taking advantage of this opportunity that our district has provided us. I hope that you leave Teacher Academy feeling refreshed for the new school year.
Brunswick County Schools teachers truly are the best, and we are taking advantage of the opportunity to show that. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm so excited to see what you will gain from this week, and let's just show our state just how awesome we are.
So we're looking forward to the opportunity. I want to reiterate what they indicated, that we really appreciate what the board has provided in the support to this opportunity for our teachers. Our community has really come out and is providing a lot of resources in terms of food, door prizes, volunteering their time to be there during the week to assist with Teacher Academy. We've had some wonderful helpers on our steering committee that really have been out there in the community trying to get additional resources for Teacher Academy. So on Wednesday, the board had agreed to buy lunch for Teacher Academy. So we would love for you to come and be there on Wednesday during lunch to show that your support and that you're doing this by helping to serve lunch. We've also invited the commissioners. What time? 11 o'clock.
That's when lunch starts, 11 to 12.
Okay.
Leland and North.
Leland and North are both of them.
Middle school and North.
Yeah, okay. And then also we'll be, if you use Twitter, we will be using Twitter to tweet out about the Teacher Academy. Teachers will be. We hope everybody will be involved in that. I'm going to have to invigorate my Twitter because I'm just a voyeur in Twitter and don't do a whole lot of tweeting. So I'm going to have to pull that back out. But, you know, hopefully you'll get on Twitter and monitor that and share things. But we really are excited about the opportunity this is going to give our teachers.
I always have trouble with 160 characters.
Imagine that, Mr. Thompson.
Could I ask a favor though? Because I've heard directly from y'all about the various people that are volunteering and contributing money. Can we get a spreadsheet just shot around to the board members so that they can see the depth of support that this effort has?
Absolutely.
It's really amazing and impressive.
Yeah, it really is. And on, just for your own information, if you can make it on Wednesday and Thursday or all the days of Teacher Academy, that would be wonderful. But on Thursday at lunch, I think it's Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday. So you will get to see it on Wednesday. Our own Sue Rutledge will be there to perform. So you'll want to take part in that. I'm not going to tell you what she's going to do, but
She's not going to tell us either, so we have to do that.
you're just going to have to come and see. Anything I'm forgetting, those of you that have been helping with Teacher Academy? Oh,
Tell them about the photograph.
So Thursday, so we were just actually talking about that. So on Thursday afternoon, we actually are, we had a little change in plan, but on Thursday afternoon, we're going to dismiss the Leland teachers at the Leland campus in staggered array to get to the North Brunswick campus, and all 500 participants will assemble on the football field. And Billy is going to be there actually documenting the week for us through various interviews and impact statements. But Billy's going to bring his drone, and we're going to do an aerial shot of our first class of Teacher Academy. And we also, the Brunswick County Chamber of Commerce is engaged with our steering committee group, and we're going to have a ribbon cutting to symbolize the start of our school year. So it's a symbolic opportunity for us, and we invite you all out. And what you had just said about the donors, we actually, the reason I was running a little late to get to the meeting tonight is we were finalizing our week program. Tori's been working really hard on it, and we were doing some edits, but that will give you an at-a-glance for the entire week. And it will also have all of the donors listed, all of the logos for any businesses, as well as some of the businesses on Monday and Tuesday that are providing some special deals for our teachers. As they go out, we give them an hour and a half for lunch on Monday and Tuesday, just so they can get into the community and have a chance to sit and eat. It's kind of a special thing for teachers to be able to do that, because we don't get a chance typically in the school year to do that. So we have had some community sponsors with some deals for come to our restaurant and have this opportunity. So it's just been a tremendous outpouring of just a lot of support from our community, and Paige and Antoinette and Kathy Oliver have done an amazing job with a lot of data. Whenever you're trying to think about personalizing locations and professional development and planning groups for 500 people, it is a lot of moving parts, and they have made it look really easy, and I know it's not been easy. So we are excited about trying this, and we have had a lot of volunteers, and one of the things you'll just receive an email from me that says, you know, we've had so much outpouring of volunteers, we don't want people to volunteer and us not have really a role for them. So we are being very particular about what roles do we need people to play for that week. And so Jill has been gracious enough to help us identify the people who are stepping forward and saying we want to help. We want to give them meaningful opportunities during the week. So that will look like running a door prize room, because we have had so many door prizes, awesome things being donated by our community, by our board members, by just people who really want to contribute. So we'll have door prize rooms that are manned by volunteers. We will have several individuals coming from different organizations, the museum, the planetarium, Walgreens, who will be there during the lunch hour to interface with our teachers and talk about resources that are available. The chamber had the vision that, you know, next year we could line the halls with just resources for teachers in our community. So, you know, this is really scratching the surface. This is a chance for us to kind of dip our toe in the water, but it's kind of like the tip of the iceberg. We know that there's a lot of great stuff that can come from this, so thank you.
One last thing for me, time and place on Friday to see Mr. Tubb in action.
Well, that's actually gonna be Wednesday through Friday, but we're gonna save that as a special surprise too. Like Miss Rutledge has some mad skills that nobody knew about, there may be other members, that.
Mr. Forte's gonna be involved.
Yeah, and Mike Forte has agreed to,
Let's just say, board members, you don't want to miss it.
there will certainly be photos, we can guarantee that, so. So, thank you, it's exciting.
Any other questions that you might have? We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Meadows and Ms. Swinsky. I'm sure it'll be a big success. Board members, you have your meeting agenda. Is there any additions or deletions needed for the agenda tonight?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda.
Mr. Thompson makes a motion to approve. We have a second.
Second.
Ms. Cook seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You also have minutes for July 11, our regular meeting, and also the July 20 special call meeting. Any comments on the meeting minutes from those meetings?
Second.
Mr. Miller makes a motion that we approve.
I second.
Mr. Thompson second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Mr. Cheers, the MOU between Brunswick County Schools and BCC for the early college.
Yes, Mr. Lehman, we're asking that you approve the memorandum of understanding between Brunswick County Schools and Brunswick Community College for our early college high school. We met with the administration from BCC and reviewed the memorandum. There are no changes to it. It will run from 2017 to 2020, and we're asking that you approve that as presented.
Any comments, board members? We entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Thompson makes a motion to approve. We have a second.
I second.
Ms. Milligan seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Carried. Ms. Rutledge, you have this
This is a maintenance and repair contract for HVAC services. There's money available in the budget for the contract. The contract was it was advertised, and we only received one proposal. I thought we were going to receive two, but we only received one. But the amount of money, it's a good price. When you look at the cost of air conditioning maintenance, if you look at available benchmarks, the cost per square foot for these services is really good. And then when we add our own staff on top of that to do just repair work, then we're still below the benchmark costs that are that I can find out there to do it. I've been doing this a long time. I've seen a lot of these contracts. This is a good price. This experienced contractor, the contractor is doing a lot of the work that Schneider Electric is installing in our performance contract. So a big advantage here is we'll be able to work with the people who are installing the new equipment. They're going to assist us in documenting procedures for maintenance on not only the new equipment, but the old equipment. So I'm asking that the board approve the maintenance part of this contract. And then there is an additional $40,000 in here for urgent repairs, which we may or may not use. If we have time to bid breakdown work, then we're bidding it now, and we will bid it. And so I think this is it's going to be good for not only the people in the school, it's gonna be good for our staff too.
Is that mechanical company from Wilmington or Myrtle Beach?
North Myrtle Beach.
North Myrtle Beach. You make an effort, I'm sure, to try to find local people, but this particular kind of work requires special expertise.
It's specialized, you have to be able to work on chillers, controls.
Mhm.
I mean, the Piedmont Service Group out of Wilmington, they could have done the work, but they just, for whatever reason, decided not to bid this time, but they said they wanted to continue to bid our repair work as it came available. You know, they're a good company too.
There's room for
And there's
businesses to grow in the county.
Any other questions for Ms. Rutledge?
So what other bids did you receive? Anybody local at all? Only the North Myrtle Beach?
Well, it sounds like you're satisfied with that, so
And it was advertised, and, no phone calls made, so whatever is out there, the people that got it, they got it by checking the website.
Ms. Rutledge, I didn't attend, but I also understand, and maybe you could give us an update sometime about some of your outreach efforts. It seems like I remember reading that there was at least one or two events where y'all met with local subcontractors to tell them how to do business with Brunswick County Schools.
We did. I can write something up, or I'll try to do it quick if you want me to talk about it.
We had a breakfast that she set up.
Right.
And it was really good, 40 or 50.
I remember reading about it, but I hadn't heard about how well it was attended, because like Mr. Miller alludes to, we really want to try to do to support local businesses where it's possible.
And each one of her directors discussed their areas of operation and how to get up with them and how to bid the work, to maintain the communications with not only Ms. Rutledge, but with her directors also.
And the best thing is there's a list, and so when things go out and we know who they are and they're on the list, it goes to their email. So they don't necessarily have to check the website because they get a notice. And there were about 60, maybe not that many. Yes, do you have a feel?
I'm sorry, for the people who were there, the number of people, we had at least 60 people there.
Yeah.
It was very well attended for our first event.
Wow.
And
Part of the
Congratulations.
hard part of working for the schools is, you know, our stuff, you gotta, you know, the insurance and you need to see our contract, because our contract's of course heavily favored to ourselves, and so we went through all that.
I'm like John, I mean, I like to see the local as much as possible, and I sure don't like seeing our money go to another state, but, I just hope we're doing all we can do, because all you hear is, you know, people want to work for the county, want to work for the school system, and
Well, there probably aren't more than a handful of companies in the southeast that can do this sort of work.
That's probably right.
Yeah.
I think the counties, I haven't checked lately, but I think all the counties' HVAC, work is also outsourced.
but
Yeah.
there is a local.
Well, our systems have gotten more complex simply because of technology. The control systems are really something to behold. That's a good tour to take, by the way.
any other questions? We have a motion to approve the contract for HVAC.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to approve the
Mr.
maintenance
Thompson
and
makes a
repair
motion to
contract.
approve. Second. Ms. Cook seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Contract is approved. Mr. Tubb, announcements.
You have on your agenda 4 items, budget work session next Monday at 8 at 3 p.m. It's not a Tuesday, right? In the teacher academy that you saw the video on, and that we will all be taking part in various different ways. And a lot of fun, I think, as well as a lot of very neat professional development and working together as groups of like teachers. We committee meeting on the 22nd. We would like to ask if you would move that to the 15th. Ms. Rutledge has some schematic design approvals that need to be approved prior to, or at least looked at, and have your input to the schematic designs prior to that 22nd of August, and if we can move it to the 15th.
Are the schematics ready?
For athletics and Lincoln, yes.
Why can't we do that on the 8th?
On their budget workshop.
Yeah, that.
We can do it on that.
Just,
15th is kind of a timeline, deadline.
well, I think we get our consultants there. And the faster we do it, the better.
Well, I don't anticipate the budget workshop taking a lot of time, right? It's just finalizing.
Just finalizing what we have, yes, sir.
Yeah. So the 8th,
We'll put it in on the 8th.
okay.
The 22nd is the day of professional development countywide. Another reason for the request to move the committees to the 15th was because we're all going to be engaged in our schools that day.
The last thing that I want to speak to is the one on the Town Creek Community Engagement. You have a copy of the handout. This is what we will be doing. It's on Thursday evening and Friday morning. And we anticipate having a large turnout and having a lot of input. We've had a number of people who have answered the questions that are out there on the survey. And those answers have a lot of very neat ideas as to what the parents would like to see involved in the building and how the building should be set up and what would make it more efficient for their children. So you see what's happening in the schedule there, not only for the Thursday and the Friday morning, but you also see some of the follow-up ones. And that's for your information, and I have on the back for those of you in the audience, I have a copy of it for you out there, and you will have it on the website too. I think this is important. We've been going, as Rutledge and I have shared the opportunity, a couple of the folks sitting over here with me, to work on the athletic piece at the high schools. Well, this is the new building and the crux of the bond. If we need that new middle school building and how that could work. And it's really interesting, as we were talking yesterday in the cabinet and today also, that if you look at this, we've always looked at Waccamaw as a K-8 uniquely positioned school within our county, that there are very few. This is going to be very similar to a K-8, except it will have two principals. Closely united, space-wise, united distance-wise, united with buses, united in that there may be an opportunity to have a road moved that will help the traffic flow. I think it's with the park being right in the vicinity of both schools to utilize the park.
Governor's Road, connected to Governor's Road.
So if you've got time on Thursday evening to come out and listen to and answer questions from our communities and the Town Creek mamas and the teachers, I think this will be a fun evening. And they'll ask some pretty direct questions, won't they, Sue? And
I mean, we need board member input as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully be able to kind of.
Are we looking at using the right of way out to Governor's Road and getting the intersection reconfigured there this time?
Yeah.
I think it's too early to say that.
Well, that's was suggested in the meeting when we first met with that.
That would be highly recommended.
Yeah.
Right.
That we have the right of way all the way out by the fire department.
Yeah.
The big issue on that right of way right
Just
now.
get started, that would be, that's what we're looking for on Thursday.
Right. But one of the issues that happens to be there that would have to be discussed and worked around, is there's a lot of wetlands within the property that get through that, work through that.
I thought the wetlands had been corrected, before we purchased the property. There was an issue at the beginning when we purchased the property, and that had to be corrected and was corrected. It's the
I'll have
wetland.
to check on
They
that,
had,
but still identify the wetlands
the
on it.
landowner had dug some ditches or something, and they had to go back and fill those before we could purchase the property originally.
I do know that the architectural firm has looked at that.
Was I the only one on the board for that?
May have been.
No,
But we'll have to look at that.
Well, I remember the master plan from the Parks and Rec a few years back, and all the land swapping that was taking place. And that was good collaboration with Parks and Rec.
Yeah, we got lucky getting this land.
Yeah, especially in an area where there's so much wetlands.
Yes, sir.
The only thing that I wish that we could do is convince the developer to put some more trees on the main road in. I've been talking about that for several years. It'd be nice
It's
to.
pretty in those islands.
Getting back to the 15th, Ms. Swinsky, does anybody object to moving?
We can do it on the gate.
No, I'm talking about still moving the,
Because of the professional
Oh.
development?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
to
the
the
county
15th.
professional development.
We were talking to you.
yeah.
That's right.
So I don't object to them going from the 22nd to the 15th if the rest of the board.
Well, it sounds like we might get all the ops items taken care of on the 8th, so operations may not be needed, and
Right.
then it would just be, well,
Yeah.
we're doing finance with the budget.
So then it'll be,
So we can move it to the 15th, the regular curriculum meeting, committee meetings.
yes, sir.
Okay.
So you'll advertise a closed session? Oh, that's right, it's getting close to crunch time on the hiring.
Very close.
Yeah, that'll help him too.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to enter closed session
We have
for attorney-client privilege and confidential personnel matters.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Thompson, seconded by Ms. Cook to go to closed session. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.